Nothing screams fun like a double-headed axe. Fun in 3D. Okay, so I read a blog post, and there was a point in this blog post I never considered. And if you're getting your information about things like currency and money and politics only from precious metal dealers, right? Because a lot of these people we follow deal in precious metals. You're not going to hear other opinion and commentary. Because everybody has a bias, right? Everybody's got a bias, right? So of course, no one's all right and wrong. Everybody's got a bias. But I was reading this post about how a few years ago there was a signal to the marketplace regarding a stronger dollar, right? Essentially, it goes something like this, right? So we got these international corporations, these big, massive, beastly things, these huge monster entities. And they got all kinds of capital, and they got to park it somewhere, and they've got to do business somewhere, right? So when that BP oil spill happened a few years ago, the U.S. government didn't want to prosecute BP. The U.S. government wanted to shuffle it under the rug. The government wanted to say, hey, no problem, right? And so what actually was happening was the U.S. government was sending a message to all these big, ginormous entities and corporations. They're saying, hey, listen, you come do business in the U.S. You come park your dollars here. Don't worry about the locals, right? You spill some oil all over the Gulf, we'll just shuffle it under the rug, right? So the U.S. government was telling the international community that they're going to be very friendly to them, even at the expense of the local citizens. And that's kind of actually very bullish. That was actually very bullish for the dollar, according to this post, because when you have these big corporations who want to do business in places and they want to park their money in places, they say, hey, this U.S. empire is still looking after the big corporations like us. We can park our money there, and we can feel safe that we're not the ones getting the shaft, right? Or even like that whole like MF Global thing, right? What they're telling is they're telling like these big banks and brokers, hey, the U.S. government's got your back, right? Park your capital here. Do your business here in the good old USA. And that's actually kind of bullish on the dollar, because it means the worldwide capital is saying, hey, we got a place to go. That is the analysis what that person was saying. I'm sure there are holes in this theory, but it's an interesting theory, right? I mean, because when it comes to confidence, right, who are the biggest holders of currencies in the world? Multinational corporations. These are trillions of dollars, right? These multinational corporations, right, they can't exactly go to the bank and take out $100 bills. It's not possible. They're forced to deal in the digital realm, right? I mean, they're not able to go, get enough physical assets. They're dealing in abstract realms. So they're parking their digital stuff in the US of A. So we're seeing this dollar rally. It's interesting because when you hear what is the market doing, people think that the market is going to be a lot of small time retail people. Well, they are a big part of the market, but it's not the whole market. The market is these huge corporate conglomerates and banks get some big chunk of the money, and they're parking that money in places. So I want to say that. And one final note about currencies, right? From what I read, the purpose of a lot of these currency trading vehicles was to give multinational corporations a way to hedge currency risk. For example, you got a corporation that deals in the U.S., Europe, and China, right? And even in third world countries, and you get the currencies fluctuating, and these currency trading enables these multinational corporations to hedge against currency risk. But of course, we get these speculators who come in who see it as a game at a casino to make money from it. Of course, most people who trade currencies lose money, but a few percent make money. And I think it's ironic. I got a few people who listen to me who watch me who I value their input. And they're harsh on the silver bugs. But they're not harsh enough on themselves, I think. What value are these currency traders adding to society, right? Liquidity is not a problem in the currency markets. There's no problem at all. These big multinational corporations who are hedging currencies, no problem there, right? It's their opportunists who just want to make a buck. They're not producing anything for society. They are taking away, right? That is my contrarian opinion. The reason why I'm saying this is because I am being seduced by the allure of currency trading. I have not done it, right? But it's starting to pull on me. I'm like, no, because maybe if I start doing it, it will all blow up because I'll touch it and it will just, I don't know. I'm getting really carried away. Thanks for watching.